From time to time, I get letters from friends of this channel saying basically the same thing. Colin, it's too much. There's too much information on your channel. I can't get my mind around the enormity of this black mob violence, black criminality, black on white crime, black on Asian, you know, the rest. Too much. I got to take a break so I can process it. I understand what my friends that write me like that are saying, because I have the same thing except on steroids. See, when I do a story, I try to, as soon as I'm done with it, I kind of try to actively forget it, because I have so many more in front of me that I have to kind of focus on without focusing on what I just did. So I kind of actively forget it. So a lot of times when people on the channel, on this channel, they know what's in my videos better than I do. And so that's why I really, and a lot of these people are really, really good at sending me story ideas. Anyway, that's why I was at first kind of surprised when I got this from one of our all-stars on this channel. I think he calls himself Ost Eden. He said, oh, there's a case of black on turtle violence. Now, I get a lot of, we get 1,000 comments a day. I get a lot of emails. And when something happens, sometimes I'll get maybe 50 or 100 emails on the same incident. Like, for example, what happened in Bart. But keep them coming, because I'd rather have 100 emails on one thing than miss one thing because somebody thinks I'm getting too many emails. Anyway, so this guy's an all-star. He's terrific. He compiles these things, tells me what's in them. But I saw, he said, Colin, hey, there's some black on turtle violence going on out there. I thought, no, we already did that one. Because there can't be, black on turtle violence can't be a thing now, can it? I let it go. Let it go for a day or two. Came back to it. Yeah, he was right. Let's take a look at the old one that we did a few months ago. Then let's see what new developments we have on the scene for black on turtle violence.
Yesterday afternoon, about 1:30, my wife comes in the house bawling and upset, and my daughter was crying. She's 1.5, and telling me that some guys were out here attacking a turtle. I opened the door and came outside to see one of the guys with a turtle over his head smash it on its back shell straight down, and the stuff was shooting out every which direction. They were torturing this turtle. I asked them to please stop, and let it go, and I started walking toward it. I was going to grab the turtle and throw it in the lake. That's when they started with a bunch of profanity and told me that, they didn't care about going to jail, that they ain't going to do nothing about it, just mind my own business and leave. I said, I can't do that. You're hurting something. You're hurting an animal. After he said he didn't care about the police and they were all speaking profanities toward us, I turned this way and told my wife, call the police, because they weren't going to stop. It was turning around. They hit me in the back of the head, and they started punching me all over. 2 of them, and then the third one got involved after I was knocked down on the ground, and all 3 were kicking and punching me.
Yeah, well, there it is. Black on turtle violence. They killed a turtle. There you have it. That's a thing now, I guess. The other day we did a story on a guy in Denny's, an old white dude in Denny's, playing on his computer. Black guy comes in, puts gasoline on him, and sets him on fire. I started off the story by saying, here's something you don't see every day. Even when I was saying that, I was kind of reminded when I first started doing videos and writing books about this, I used to see these horrific incidents of black people setting white people on fire. And I would, every time I saw one, I said, no, that's so terrible. It can't be a pattern. I just kind of pushed it away. Thinking of the black woman who kidnapped a 12-year-old white boy and tortured him with a blowtorch. That's all I'm going to say about that. Of course, there's the Newsom case in Knoxville, Tennessee. That involved fire as well. Lots and lots of these. But even so, I was surprised. It didn't take long for after I said this thing about Denny's guy being set on fire. Didn't take long for me to be proven wrong. Let's take a reminder of the Denny's thing and how I got proven wrong so quickly.
He's accused of setting a man on fire at a Denny's restaurant. Now he's going to face a judge. 24-year-old Deshaun Swanger makes his first court appearance in just a few hours. We have some cell phone video showing his arrest outside a transitional home yesterday. It is just minutes from that Denny's where deputies say he threw gasoline on a customer and lit him on fire. This is Swanger's most recent mugshot. He has a lengthy criminal record, including charges of robbery, burglary, and assault. You know, though, the real tragedy here is the victim. Scott Ramstrom suffered very serious injuries.
Next day, woman goes into another Denny's, sets another dude on fire. I don't know, is that a thing now, setting people on fire in Denny's? Here's another story of a black woman in a school. She said she tried to set the teacher on fire.
It happened Monday at Eno Valley Elementary School. A parent, 30-year-old Shaquila Leonard, and a kindergarten teacher, Megan Jones, were meeting for a parent-teacher conference. The conference ended with Jones being doused with lighter fluid and Leonard behind bars. A source close to the teacher tells us the parent became belligerent during the conversation. A spokesman with the Durham Police Department tells us the principal, who was also in attendance, told Leonard she needed to leave. When all three began walking into the lobby, Leonard pulled a bottle out of her purse and sprayed liquid onto Jones, at which point the principal intervened. Police say Jones noticed a strong odor and that her skin was burning, so she immediately ran from Leonard into an office. Arrest papers at the Durham Magistrate's office say Leonard threatened to light her on fire and burn the school down. Leonard is now being charged with 2 felonies and a misdemeanor, including assault with a deadly weapon with intent to kill.
And just the other day, we did this story in Detroit. Now, I don't really do many stories on Detroit because, I mean, it's too easy, right? But I took note of this story because 5 cops were injured during a massive brawl at a carnival in near Detroit, in the Southland Mall. And I thought, okay, you know, I'm not going to do it by itself, but I put it with a lot of other stories, just recent within the last couple days. Lots, dozens of examples of large-scale black mob violence all over the country. I thought, okay, I'll go on my merry way here. But the next day I get another piece of email from Davis, California. I said, Davis, hold on, UC Davis. I'm a product of the UC system. If you go to the University of California, San Diego, as I did, everybody knows about UC Davis. It's like a little Valhalla for mellow and hippie people. I'm sorry to use all these stereotypes, but it's like a little Valhalla. That's where it's like the bicycle capital of the world. It's mellow land. I mean, this is not a place where you find large-scale black mob violence. Attacking police officers, attacking students, attacking pedestrians. That's what happened a few days ago.
Davis police officers responding to gridlock at this intersection on the city's picnic day suddenly found themselves surrounded by an angry mob.
They were attacked, knocked to the ground, suffered multiple kicks and hits to the head. One of them suffered a strike with a beer bottle.
The officers called for help and 3 men were arrested. 22-year-old Alexander Craver, 21-year-old Antoine Perry, and 19-year-old Elijah Williams. This photo of Williams' arrest snapped on social media by witnesses.
I feel bad for the officers, of course. They're just doing their job. They're trying to keep us safe. They're trying to keep everybody safe.
Police say none of the 3 suspects live or go to school in Davis. The violence comes as police stepped up security this year, bringing in officers from around Yolo County. With a history of arrests and disruptions, police say the problem with this year's picnic day was large parties.
It makes me feel a little unsafe in my community if, people are coming in that are just causing violence.
When people come and people are being rowdy and, not respecting this town that I love so dearly, I really just don't appreciate it.
And police say that's not the only picnic day incident they're investigating. They're also combing through social media for videos like this one, which they say shows a suspect damaging a woman's car in another part of town.
As she was driving by, multiple people jumped on her car and then continued jumping on the hood until the hood was completely damaged.
Police are now asking for the public's help to track down any other photos and videos taken that day. Meanwhile, the 2 officers injured by the mob were rushed to a hospital and are expected to recover.
They're doing all right. They have, multiple facial injuries and pretty beat up, but, no serious injuries, thank God.
And police say there was also a third incident in which someone brandished a loaded gun downtown, but police were able to track down and arrest that suspect.
So 3 cases of deja vu. 1 on a turtle, 1 on a carnivore, 1 on beating police officers, and 1 on setting people on fire. I have trouble keeping these straight myself. 3 good reasons to remember when you're out and about, near turtles, near carnivals, near a Denny's. Don't make the black kids angry.